Come on, Quinto. Good boy. Stay here. No. Diesel inch, you can stay on this pillow if you want. Hello, my stitch hearts. Look what I've already finished. The Christmas memory quilt we started together. These blocks made from my children's clothes, tiny jeans, soft pants, little shirts. And of course, I only used the back pieces because front sides were professionally decorated with food. I also used one lonely skein of chunky yarns that was waiting in my stash for years. And I'll show you how I enjoy the puffy blocks using invisible stitches. It's easier than it looks. But first, fuel. Let's pour some coffee. Five minutes of peace, and then we sew. Okay, now let's get back to stitching. In this video, I will show you how to turn old clothes and fabric scraps into a magical Christmas blanket. I have some scraps of padding polyester, narrow strips of padding polyester. I also have a bag with a 3-layer linen fabric, and this is a bag with my children's clothes. I want to give these things a second life. I will sew the using fabric scraps from other sewing projects for this project. Here are the material that will get a second life. Let's get started. Let's choose the first thing. These pants are perfect. I cut off the excess and cut the leg near the seam. I iron out the creases. The next shirt. I steam only the area that will be used at the moment. A velour jacket, we only need the sleeve. You always need to add denim to patchwork. A white skirt would be perfect for this project. It is also good to use corduroy for patchwork. What's in the hoop? Tulle, padding polyester on top, and the tear-away stabilizer. The stabilizer is neat so that the machine foot does not get tangled in the padding polyester fibers. I make the location of the first patchwork element. At this point, I remove the stabilizer. I sew on the corduroy. I cut off the excess. The second element, my son's jeans, will be immortalized here. the next element. The fourth element is a narrow strip. I will make it from the hem of the skirt. Next, I add the pink pants. The last element is a narrow strip of vellow material. A blank is ready. Now we need to add thematic designs. Christmas trees and Santa Clauses are the most important things today. Christmas stars. The center of the large block is ready. I remove it from the hook. I turn off the excess stabilizer. Now I will add to this block, but I will embroider the simple design. This children's t-shirt is perfect for embroidery. I steam it. I will use the back of the t-shirt. Since it does not have food or paint stains, I cut along the side seams. I tucked the tool into the hook. On top are the scraps of padded polyester and the back of the t-shirt. I secure all the layers and I begin to embroider the Christmas design. While the embroidery machine is working, I have to finish sewing the first block. I collect the materials. I need narrow, even strips. Therefore, I cut out as evenly as possible. I moisten the strips of fabric and steam them. Our first blank, I cut off the excess. I sew on the first strip of fabric. I sew on a second strip of fabric. This short, the fourth, I sew on 4 more strips in the same way. The embroidery is embroidered well. I have made a decorative stitch. I have a template. I pin the template to the patchwork block. I add 2 pieces of padded polyester to this piece. I need a contrasting shuttle thread. I stitch along the perimeter of the template with this contrasting thread. I take a 3-layer lining material. I cut off the lining for this block. I pin the pieces together. I sew the pieces together from contrasting thread. Important, don't forget to leave an opening for turning. I cut off the excess seam allowances. Since my threads are not strong, I make a second line. I turn it inside out. The opening needs to be sewn up with hand stitches. Done. And at this time we have a Christmas sock. I take it out of the hook. I cut off the excess. I secure the seam allowances with a zigzag stitch. Just like on the first block, I sew 8 strips of fabric in different colors. I sew a finishing stitch. I process this block with a lining just like the first one. These blocks need to be connected. I have some strong threads like this. I will use them to connect the blocks. I start with a fastening. I bring the needle out to the corner. And now I need to collect the blocks. I am not sewing a fabric, but the sewing lines. I finish this hand stitch with a strong fastening. It is important to make several stitches here. The beginning of the Christmas blanket is done. I think that I need to make about 20 more blocks. Each patchwork block is filled with warm colors and spirit of the holiday. Bright Christmas stars, cheerful Santa Clauses, and shining Christmas trees. These elements create a unique, heartfelt decoration that will be the center of the attention at any Christmas party or cozy gift for loved ones. I made 18 more Christmas-themed patchwork blocks. I am assembling a quilt out of these blocks. Our Quinto already loves this quilt. He has taken the central block. Perfect. We built the quilt around the cat. I am enjoy all the blocks with hidden stitches. I have already shown them to you. Done. This is the kind of fluffy, especially warm quilt we made. We can improve it. Since the loop yarn strand, I've had this skein of velour yarn lying around. Now, using this skein of yarn, we will give this quilt a finished look. Step 1. We need to sew this yarn along the perimeter of the quilt. For this, I take a strong thread and a needle. I secure the ends of the thread inside the thickness of the quilt. And now I begin sewing this yarn to the seam that I used to edge the patchwork blocks. This is what it should look like. I have sewn around the entire perimeter of the quilt. Step 2. The final one. You can use your fingers or a crochet hook. But we need to make a fluffy braid from these loops. It turns out beautifully. My memory Christmas quilt is finished. Thank you for being with me. Subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like. Love you all. Bye bye.